Alright, y'all too. So in this video I'm going to show a time lapse of how I use this Vevor Chinese lathe to make a Porsche flywheel adapter to mate the rotary engine to a Porsche flywheel. This is the finished product. Bolts in there. Gotta drill some holes, match that. And then I got my 6 holes on the Mazda flywheel, Mazda counterweight. Bolt it down. The original setup was this, which did the same thing, but it just had the bolts extend and acted like a sandwich. I think this is obviously a much improved setup. This is going to bolt more securely, and I can use whatever thread pitch I want, whereas here I was limited because of the size of the bolts and the giant nut that connects it. So I'm going to annotate as I lay this away and enjoy the commentary. I had a machine shop center drill my 1045 steel to 3/4 of an inch. This particular Vevor machine can accept a 3/4 inch shaft all the way through the chuck, so that's convenient. That way I can operate on larger pieces of equipment. Right now I'm just facing one side of the piece that I'm making. And now I am starting the work to cut the area out that the counterweight will eventually bolt to. If there is a better way to cut a 90, then please let me know, because this process took a lot of time. Also, there was a lot of material that had to get removed. So the little dials that I'm messing with, I don't know what you would call them. I'm not a machinist. But the little dials seem to bind up, and they have a tension setting where you can put more or less tension on them. Too little tension and you start getting vibrations and chatter. Too much tension and they get hard to move. You'll see me occasionally hit a bind spot and have to use 2 hands, or at any rate. Now I'm more or less just cleaning up that 90-degree area. Bit of advice though, the tail shaft or the tail stock gets hot. So I have that little bottle of oil there, and I dribble a little bit of oil every now and then. I'll stop the machine and I'll put some oil on the tail stock where that 3/4 inch shaft, which is supporting the hole, gets a little warm. I do take breaks while using this machine. It doesn't, in the manual it says not to use it for more than an hour or so. It says to take your time. This is clearly not what this machine was designed to do. It did the job. It did have a failure. About halfway through the video you'll see all the metal shavings go away. That was the point where my belt died, and I had to, also the armatures on the motor got dirty, and I had to take the motor apart and clean it. Not really Vevor's fault, but at the same time, I'm going way beyond what this machine was supposed to be able to do. It still worked. It obviously made the first adapter, but not this one didn't make it all the way through without some maintenance. Fortunately, it came with a new belt, so I just threw the new belt on there, cleaned up the armatures, and we're good to go. At this point, I'm cleaning up the last of that edge, and now I've flipped it around, and I'm facing the opposite side. You can see the 3/4 inch shaft is removed. This is the side that's going to interface with the counterweight, the Mazda counterweight. And I'm having to dig out real deep here because there is a big nut that holds the counterweight, the Mazda counterweight, to the eccentric shaft on the rotary engine. And so basically all of the inside of this adapter needs to be hollow. I believe this is the point where I have the motor failure. As you'll see, the desk gets a lot cleaner in a little bit. Here I am taking an interior 90 out. That's tedious. And while taking breaks, it does take a while. This whole process was about 30 hours worth of work on the lathe, so you're seeing a very compressed version. Now I'm cleaning up the center 3/4 inch hole, and I'm actually boring it out to about 25 millimeters, maybe 27. It's large enough so that the pilot bearing of the Porsche flywheel can recess inside of it. At this point, I'm just taking material off of the face that's going to match to the Mazda counterweight. There, you can see how clean it is. Yeah, that's because I replaced the motor. Now I am hollowing out the inside. And now I am fitting the last little bits of metal off to get the counterweight to mate to this side of the adapter. Here we go. Counterweight fits. You'll see that nut in a second. That fits real good. Now I flipped the adapter around so we're working on the Porsche side, and I'm checking the runout on the back side of the adapter to make sure that that is flat, so that way when I start facing this side, I have runout. There's zero runout on the Mazda side, which is facing the chuck, while the working side is going to be flat. So essentially you've got a cylinder going on, a perfect cylinder. Which is important because the flywheel doesn't need to be wobbling back and forth. Now I'm working on the OD of that counter, or the flywheel pilot bearing surface that actually centers the flywheel to the counterweight, to the adapter. Flipped it around, checked my run out again. Now I'm just eating up material so I can get the thickness correct. I believe it has to be 42 millimeters or something thereabouts. That was the old adapter I had in my hand. Gonna make a nice machine cut after this one, I think. There we go, real slow. And that's good. Put the last finishing touches on the inside where the counterweight recesses into, so that everything has to fit perfect. I use some old powder that I powder coated my wheels with. I'm almost 100% certain that I went way too heavy on this, but it doesn't really matter. I just wanted the adapter not to rust, and I think we're successful here. So yeah, it's way too much. Degauss it, shut the machine off. See, I'm just using the old adapter to keep most of the powder off of the mating surface. Wipe it off and bake it. Well, if you like this, like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more insanity, because I have more in the works.